Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to review this target from SPG Archery. They're a Chinese company. I don't sell these targets. This was sent to me airmail and they said, can you test our products? We don't want you to buy them, we just want you to test them. Now, at the time when they sent me this target, I was sick with heart surgery, so I couldn't really shoot. And I'm going to use that as an excuse of why I haven't done this review, but then I've been training for competitions and I'm still training for the state competition. They messaged me again today. I was like, well, okay, I'll do it. So this is a square target, okay? It feels, I'm going to say the dimensions probably look like 60 centimeters or 24 inches by 24 inches by probably 10 inches, 20 centimeters. It's a pretty standard looking target. Now, it looks squarer than a target like your Morel yellow jacket. It feels different to your Morel yellow jacket. The fabric on the outside feels tough. Now, I've tested a target which looks like this before from Jiangxing, and it was a flop for me, and I brought a whole bunch of them before I did the review, and I did the review and it was like just not a very good product. Now, I'm still a Jiangxing dealer, so Jiangxing didn't take that too badly, although they probably did take it badly. So let's have a look at this target. Let's see how it's built. And it has a zipper. It's got handles. The handles look solid, like I can pull. Well, that's me pulling real hard. Right, so those handles are well stitched. Now, some companies, I'm going to say Legend Archery, offer a 2-year warranty. If you do that with the Legend case and the handle falls off, they won't give you a warranty, okay? So look, warranty is what you'd make of it, and saying stuff and then backing it up and all the rest of it, these handles seem like they're really strong, and that could have fallen apart and that would have been life, and I would have gone, well, I don't really care, it's a cheap target. I don't know the price of this target, I'm just guessing it's cheap. It's got a zipper at the front. It's a nice square target. Right, so this is what it looks like inside. So this is like ether foam. So it's a foam that we used to use for targets. It's quite soft and it heals when you shoot at it. So it's got that on top, and I'll show you what's inside. It's got this fibrous material inside. Now, this is the stuff that my grandma used to put around her Christmas tree and tell me this was from Santa's beard, okay? It's soft. Feels like polyester or cotton, and let's hope it's not poisonous because it's all over my hands. But it looks like what Gran put by our Christmas tree every year and said this was from Santa's beard. It was caught in the tree out the front. And it was there every year, and I was like, oh, this is awesome, maybe this year I'll see Santa. So that's what it looks like. Quite clever. Now the other targets, let's just go the other ones, the Morels, it's just packed with filter stuff and it kind of bows as you shoot it. The Jiangxing one was just filled with like a pillow material, like polyester, so different to this. This is definitely heavier, so weight of this target, I'm going to guess, is about 10 kilos, so about 22 pounds. So probably a similar sort of weight to your Morel target, but it's squarer. Okay, so I'm going to put it on this chair. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and we're going to shoot some arrows into it. So there's the chair. Now, if the arrows go straight through it, which who knows, they may do it, they will go into a target, so we will be safe. Now, two things with a target when you're making a target for yourself or building a target, whatever you're doing with a target. If the foam is really hard, so dense foam, it will stop a compound bow. But it'll be very hard to pull your arrows out of. If the target's very squishy, very soft, the arrow will go straight through with a compound bow. With a recurve, you need to be kind of a little bit givey, but not too hard. So with the different poundage bows and with a kid's bow, you generally need to be soft so it holds the arrow. So like a bale of straw is great for kids' bows, or just like very light foam for kids. Right, so targets for targets, even cardboard's alright for kids. So we're going to try this with a recurve. So I'm shooting a 52-pound recurve at the moment. So I'm shooting skinny. These arrows are ice points, so these are a 3.2 thickness arrows, so the same thickness as an X10. Smidge lighter than an X10. So let's go and try and... Okay, so with all the videos I do, I forgot to press play. So I've already done this video, so I know what's going to happen. Now I don't normally do that in my video, but I'm going to tell you what happens before I shoot it again. I shot the arrows, they went in the middle, they didn't penetrate out the back, and I was very impressed. I shot an arrow high because I thought the whole target might fall over and my arrows may break. It didn't. The target was heavy enough to hold the arrows. The arrows almost went through the back. They were very easy to pull the arrows out of the target. Very nice. I was very impressed. Now, I said, well, you're eventually going to blow the foam away, so you can buy a new ether foam for $35 for front and back. We sell it for $75 for a piece of 100 by 100. 6 centimeters thick. They'll be perfect for this target. So to me, it's a very affordable target and very good. The fabric's very good. Let's shoot some shots. I'm going to sort of show you again because now I've got it turned on. I can see the little red light. We're recording, and then we're going to try the compound. I think the compound will go straight through the thing. So I don't think this will be very suitable for a compound, although it will be suitable for a light poundage compound. So I'm going to guess, maybe 40s or 50s. And not fast, so like your cheaper compounds would be fine for, but not light, not the thin arrows, and not fast. That's based on my assumption from shooting the recurve. Now note, this is a 52 pound recurve with thin arrows, right? So this is maximum penetration with a recurve. You're not going to get any more penetration with the recurve than this. Now I can tell you, I don't know how much SPG sells these targets for. I don't know what the freight is, but I was really impressed. It's not like the Junk Sing. I think it's got a spot for it in the marketplace, having shot the target. The problem with the Morel yellow jackets and those types of targets, it's not flat on the face, so it's nice to pull your arrows out. Fantastic for compound, they last forever, but it's not flat. And what happens when you shoot them, the arrows kind of droop, and then you end up shooting your own arrow, and that costs you money to shoot your own arrows. So as a result, I don't shoot the bag targets very much. They don't self-stand up. This target is standing up, so I'm very impressed. Okay, I'm going to shoot this one high, so you can see the target doesn't fall over when it's hit high. That's the biggest risk. When I shoot the Fastgo foam target, 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters by 20 centimeters thick, the target falls over, so you need to pin the target to something. It's got enough weight to hold itself up, which is really good. You can see the target's not really moving. Very, very impressed. Okay, with the compound we're going to shoot 2 arrows. This is a VXT from Victory. This is I'm going to say a heavy arrow, but it's thin, so this is maximum penetration. This is a 3DHB maximum speed, a little bit thicker, so maximum speed versus maximum penetration. I'm going to say this one's going to go through it. This one, I'm going to guess, won't go through it, but it'll go through a bit. So let's sort of see how that goes. I'm shooting an Elite Verdict, 60 pounds at 29 inches. So if you're shooting a 70 pound bow, well, the effects are going to be greater than a 60, 50 pounds. The penetration is going to be less than a 60. So now when you choose your foam target, a foam target which is dense is going to be hard to pull your arrows out of, but it's going to hold the arrows. A target which is like a bag target, easy to pull your arrows, but it won't capture the arrows as well, if that makes sense. So on the weekend I was shooting 90 meters with a big foam target, very hard to pull my arrows out of, so I was standing on the target to get my arrows out. That was hard. I would much prefer a bag target. This target reminds me of the target I shoot, which is the one behind it, which is foam, plastic foam. Really like that target. Easy to pull your arrows out of and catches the arrows. The target behind is about, I'm going to guess, around 4 to 5 years old. maybe older. Now I didn't know my sight settings, so I can't see my arrow on the target. So I keep my sight settings on my phone. Shouldn't have been that far off. Should have been a smidge high, but I think it's gone right the way through, so I can't see them target. Now this is the fast arrow, this is the 3D HB. This arrow will be at least 20 feet per second faster, at least. I think it's 30 feet per second faster than the other arrow. Alright, let's go. I think the compound's going straight through. Well, sometimes I wonder when people give me products to test, why have they tested them before? Because if you had, why didn't you tell me this stuff rather than me learning and doing it on video? Because why didn't you test this? This target is fantastic for a recurve. Look, it's holding the arrows. There's nothing at the back. It is fantastic for recurves. Fantastic for recurve. At 50 pounds, 30 pound recurve, fantastic. Not so good if you've got the big bold fiberglass arrows. Fiberglass arrows won't work. You need like proper arrows for this target. If you're shooting like the kids' 10-pound fiberglass bow with fiberglass arrows, this target will not work. Use straw, right? But if you're using proper arrows, this is the thing. Let's go and have a look at the mess behind this target that the compound caused. So here's the foam. It's kind of interesting, like it just blew a hole straight through. Now, in fairness, right, so the compound penetrated both foams like it was standing still, like there was nothing there. This inside did nothing to stop the compound. That did nothing. So for a recurve, pretty good, very effective. For a light poundage compound, like for a kid's compound, it would be fine. But for a high powered compound, you don't want to be standing behind this target when someone shoots it, because you're going to kill them. And sometimes when I shoot videos, I think, do I have to explain? Because, you know, don't stand in front of someone when they're shooting. Don't be behind a target when someone's shooting. Don't be in front of someone when they're shooting. If something goes wrong, you're going to get shot. And I have to say this, not because I'm like, have to say this for safety. It's because people are that stupid. So, and I cannot tell you how many times I've seen archery ranges, people shooting, and people walking up to the target next to them to collect their arrows. Right? I cannot tell you how many times that occurs. When I was shooting in Canberra, it happened all the time, so I refused to shoot. Now, I'm a fairly decent archer, but let's say something went wrong. But the problem was, the guy next to me who's shooting, who's walking up to collect his arrows, he's missing the target, so when I'm walking up to get my arrows, he starts shooting. And I'm like, I'm not going to cop an arrow in the back for anyone, right? So, simple rules. If someone's shooting, don't be in front of them. Okay, so these arrows, look, honestly, there wasn't a lot left. There wasn't much energy left after it passed through 2 bits of ether through 2 bits of fabric, and through the fiber stuff. So, like, they literally barely stuck in, but there was still some speed there, so you probably wouldn't kill anyone, but look, it's not for a high-powered compound. So my verdict of the SPG bag, I think SPG, the company, they produce lots of stuff. And I'm going to say they produce lots of copy stuff probably as well, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about this bag. This bag, I think, is good for a low poundage compound. Low poundage, when I say low poundage recurve, I'd be more than happy shooting this with my recurve. I think it's a very good target for my powered recurve. I think the length that you'll get to, the ease of arrow pulling is to do with how dense the foam is. The foam is not very dense. It's a very soft foam, so very easy to pull the arrows out of. I like that because most of the effort at archery is pulling the arrows out of the target. Most of the damage you do to your body, shoulders and joints, is pulling the arrows. It's not shooting, it's pulling the arrows, which is why I like to shoot on a soft target. Okay, I don't want to hurt my body pulling arrows out of the target. I don't enjoy pulling arrows out of the target. I enjoy shooting arrows. So from this perspective, the SPG target I like. I don't know the price point, but if it was somewhere in the vicinity of around the $100 mark, I would say it would be pretty good. That's $100 Australian. In America, I don't know how it's going to compete. Look, compared to the Morel Yellow Jacket, which sells in Australia for about, let's say, $150, $140, I would choose this target over that for recurve because it's going to hold the arrows because it's got foam in it. For compound, it's not an option. For a kid's compound, I would choose this over the Morel Jacket. For a high-powered compound, I'd choose the Morel because it stops the arrows and it lasts forever. But for me, the problem with the Morel, when you shoot the arrow flops over because it's not sticking in anything, and then you shoot your own arrow and you bust your arrow. With this, I like the foam. It kind of holds the arrow in place. This stuff is kind of good. Now, instead of using this Father Christmas beard stuff inside of the target, let's say you used like clothes or something more dense like heavy duty plastic like shrink wrap. This target would be heavier, but it would then be suitable for stopping a high powered compound bow. So that's something you could think about also. Anyway, I think it's not a bad product from SPG in China. So I'm guessing you find it in AliExpress, but maybe they are exporting it to like Walmart and all those other places. I don't know where they sell it, or maybe they're trialing it. In which case, I don't know why you didn't just trial it in China. But not a nicely made product. It's a very nicely made product. And for me in my shop, it's something that I would be interested in stocking because I think it's got a nice little niche market for home use on recurve bows and light pounded compounds. I think it should be well priced, and I think it's good for that. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching.